Say hello to my little friend.
So you know how after Thanksgiving when all those Christmas cards start rolling in and you have no real place to put them, so you tape them to the wall but they just fall down, or you put them on the mantle and they flop over? Well, have I got an idea for you. Just in time for this Christmas, you can build yourself a reindeer Christmas card holder. If you want to learn how, keep watching. This cool project is made from 2x4 lumber. In my case, I'm cutting down some beat up 2x6s I found in the alley. 2x4s may feel smooth, but they have these mill marks from the sawmills, and if you use them for a project like this, you're going to need to sand them good enough to get rid of these marks. I end up with 4 pieces necessary to make the reindeer. This is the pattern I'm using to cut the 4 pieces. I marked these dimensions. Feel free to pause the video if you want to try to make your own pattern from this picture. I'm using a table saw to cut between the legs, but you can also use a bandsaw or even a jigsaw. Because of the blade marks from the saw, I'm giving all the surfaces a good sanding. My old woodshop teacher from high school always said that sanding a project can take as long as building the project. Now, this part is a little tricky, so put down the chocolate and pay attention. These guide marks are very important. The first one is 1.5 inches from the top. The rest are spaced 1 1/8 apart. Mark these lines even on both sides. On my table saw crosscut fence, I'm putting a mark. This will then line up with these lines on the wood. With the blades set at a 45-degree angle and 1 inch high, we're ready to cut the slots for the Christmas cards. After each cut, I move the wood to the right so that the next line on the wood lines up with the mark on my crosscut fence. After a thorough sanding to get all pieces even, I'll attach the head using only glue. You can use plenty of glue. Whatever oozes out can be cleaned up using a wet rag. Now, before staining pine, I always like to pre-treat the wood using a wood conditioner, or since I'm a cheapskate, paint thinner will suffice. Pick a nice color wood stain, test it on a scrap piece, and if you like it, go to town. You can leave your reindeer unfinished, but I decided to apply 1 coat of polyurethane. Well, not me, but one of my elves. I'm using 1-inch eyes and a red stone for the nose. So now our four-legged friend isn't really capable of standing up very well on its own. So you're going to want to cut a base like this. And if you really want to get fancy, you can even carve your name into it. If you want to know how I did this, you can watch one of my previous videos on making a coffee shelf out of barnwood. I show how to do this engraving. It's pretty cool. Check it out. In the meantime, let's get this mounted. So our Christmas card holder Reindeer Buddy can hold 26 cards. If you have more than that, you could probably cut a few more slots into it, or maybe you could stop being so nice to people, then you'd have less friends. Anyway, I hope you have a Merry Christmas. Give me a Christmas present by giving the video a thumbs up and subscribe to Alley Picked. Until next time, I'll meet you in the alley.
Would you like to say hello to my little friend?